Hi everyone. I just want to react quickly to a Tom Davis tweet that he's put out saying that West Ham have been sleepwalking in pre-season due to the lack of transfer activity. I have to note that West Ham haven't bought any players yet. Joel Veltman is due to come in on a free transfer today. Media work has all been done. There's pictures been leaked and everything. So that'll be announced shortly. But I just want to run through the list of Championship incomings and the highest fees paid so far this season. This is calculated in euros, so I do apologise. It's not in sterling, but it's in euros based on the website that I've just gone on. So the top one is Will Lancashire, and he is from Tottenham to Middlesbrough, and 11.7 million euros. Second on the list for the same fee, 11.7 million, is Ethan Galbraith from Swansea to Stoke. Next on that list is Rafiki Said from Standard Liège to Wolves for 9 million euros. And you've got Bobby Clark from Red Bull Salzburg to Derby for 8 million euros. Daniel Peretz from Bayern Munich to Southampton for 8 million euros, but he was on loan last year, so that's just activated that deal. Then you've got John Solis from Girona going to Birmingham for 7.5 million. Radislav Krejci from Girona to Wolves for 7.5 million euros, but again, he was on loan last year. And he's activated a permanent deal this season, so that doesn't really count. Federico Ravagilia from Bologna to Watford. He's a goalkeeper. He's gone for 7 million euros. Max Arfsten from Columbus Crew to Middlesbrough for 6.5 million. Joseph Poku from Zoet Waglem to Swansea, 6.5 million. Elijah Just, who I think is a fantastic player. I think Swansea have done some really good business this window. Elijah Just from Motherwell to Swansea for 5.9 million euros. And I will just briefly touch on this. Milan Schmidt, Go Ahead Eagles in the Eredivisie to Stoke City for 5.5 million euros. Alfie Devine, Tottenham to Preston, 5.3 million euros. You've got Ugo Raghuber from Lille to Burnley for 5 million euros. You've got Carl Joseph, again, I think that's a good deal for Middlesbrough. So Hull City to Middlesbrough for 4.7 million euros. And the last one on this list, which is the top one, so Matthias Survey from Mechelen to Millwall for 4 million euros. Now, in terms of West Ham, haven't done any transfer activity yet. There's no real big fees that you would consider this being a big statement signing. I mean, they're good signings. You know, Bobby Clark, I think Apoku, Elijah Just, I think Will Lancashire, Alfie Devine. I think they're all good signings for the clubs that they've gone to. But in terms of sleepwalking in a pre-season, I think it's far from it. You know, they're talking about Arnie Engels from Celtic for £25 million. They're talking about Troy Parrott for £30 million. This pretty much doubles what the highest transfer is so far in the Championship. So I would just say, West Ham, don't count your chickens until they've hatched from the eggs. Okay? Just wait until the transfer window closes to truly judge the incomings for West Ham United. If we've come in and we've only signed 3 transfers and the window's shut because of the takeover causing a distraction, then you could probably start to worry. But I can imagine that West Ham will probably be signing about 3 or 4 players before the window shuts and probably spending big money on them. So don't worry, don't panic. I'm sure we'll be fine. Don't use my reassurance to put your mind at rest, but you're entitled to feel panicky whatsoever. But in my opinion, I'm not stressed about it whatsoever. I think there's going to be lots of deals coming in place, lots of good players that we're going to get, lots of players that we've retained as well. The man behind me, Bowen, Mavropanos is due to sign a new contract. Tati's still there, Pablo's still there, Souček is injured, but he'll be staying for the season. Max Kilman, I think, will have a pretty good season. I know that's laughable considering how he was last year. Carl Walker-Peters is my outside shout for Hammer of the Year. You've got Ollie Scholes. We've got Freddie Potts. He's just gone. So, and interestingly, Freddie Potts is probably one of the highest fees received in the Championship this year as well. I think West Ham have got the top 2 with Somerville and Fernandes, equating to almost 170 million euros, 180 if you include Freddie Potts. But I just think we've got Lewis Orford, Mohamed Kante, Magassa, we've got Ollie Scholes, I think Ezra Myers, we've got Golan Beckis, got Caelan Casey, Finley Herrick. I think West Ham are well tooled up, and I think a lot of these Championship teams will be looking to purchase our players if they can afford them. So I wouldn't worry too much. So here's to a big season ahead. A few more weeks left in the window. Come on, you Irons.